Hey, today I want to try making a herbed chicken, butter chicken tender recipe that I'm going to bake in the oven. And I'm just kind of making this up. So let me tell you what I am using. So first of all, I've got organic chicken tenders from Costco. These are great because they're already cut up, so there's no cutting for me. Next, I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of butter that is pre-softened, and I mixed it with a fork to make sure that it was nice and soft. I am using 1 teaspoon of rosemary that I dried from my parents' rosemary bush, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then one half teaspoon each of basil, oregano, thyme, and dill. Now, because rosemary is like little needles, I went ahead and I ground it up into a nice fine powder in my mortar and pestle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this in with the butter. Okay. I just mixed the herbs in with the butter, made it nice and homogeneous. I've actually tasted this. This would be good on a really nice thick sourdough bread or some other type of bread. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay a few chicken tenders out flat on a piece of aluminum foil. And I'm actually going to end up wrapping these up. And I would love to be able to rub the butter on them, but they're a little bit too slippery. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dollop a little bit of butter. And yes, go ahead. Do this with your hands. Okay? Get to know your food. Get to like your food. And just dollop a little bit on top of each of the chicken tenders. What I'm going to end up doing after that is I'm going to end up folding the aluminum foil around the chicken tenders. And what this will do is this will create a nice little way for the butter and the chicken tenders to really come together and really get nice and juicy. So I'm just going to take the edge of it, and I've got a couple pieces of aluminum foil here, so I can do several at once. And what I'll do is just kind of fold it and fold it up a little bit. Make a nice little tent, essentially, for this. You want this to breathe, but you also want a nice little container open so that some of the heat can escape. So I'm going to just make a little bit more of a tent here. So what's happening is it's just open kind of right here at the ends. All right, I'm going to do the rest of them, and then I'm going to throw them into the oven at 375, and I'm going to bake them I'm going to start with 10 minutes and see if that's good enough. Okay, so I took the chicken out at 10 minutes, and it was about half cooked. So what I did is I flipped each of the pieces over, and then I completely closed the top of the tin foil. Put it in for another 8 minutes, and here is the result of our buttered herbed chicken. They are very, very moist. They would be great for dipping in whatever dipping sauce you want, but they're also good just on their own. And the kitchen smells amazing. So this is a great way to really, if you wanted to cook something and welcome someone into your house, this is a great way to do it. All right, so final, go ahead and put it in for 10 minutes with the tops of the tin foil partially open. Flip over the chicken at the 10-minute mark, close the tin foil, and then, or aluminum foil, and then go ahead and cook for another 8 minutes. Enjoy.